I got tongue tied, y'all. I got tongue tied. Make sure y'all follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. In the description down below. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay is in the description down below. I needed that. I needed the, you know what I'm saying? I needed that. You feel me? But we got the 3 disturbing, true, scary stories. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when it comes to scary stories, man, when I mean like it's my favorite, man. Speaking of scary, right? I'm not gonna lie. Halloween felt a little different, you know, this year. I'm gonna keep it a busky with y'all. It felt a little different. Am I tripping? Like in my neighborhood, I didn't see no trick-or-treaters. I didn't see no I seen one trick-or-treater. And I was going out to take the garbage out, you know what I'm saying, in my trash can. But bro, I didn't see no trick-or-treaters. You know, on Halloween, I was watching From. You feel me? Like I said, y'all need to go watch From, but bro, Halloween didn't feel so Halloween-y. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know me though. You feel me? Y'all know me. You feel me? Thanksgiving right around the corner. Oh, shoot. Hey, man, Thanksgiving, though. Oh, man. In God's will, man, your boy making a Thanksgiving in God's will. We all making a Thanksgiving. You feel me? But, whoa. Something about that Thanksgiving, boy. Now, man, I'm talking about y'all, the ham. You know what I'm saying? The ham, good God almighty. Duh! The ham, you know what I'm saying, with the potato salad, with the dressing, with the cranberry. You know, people don't like dressing. With the macaroni, like I told y'all, with the macaroni, I put bacon bits and hot sauce. God almighty. Man, look, man, let me go and start this dang video, man. Thumbnail time. Let me start this dang video, man, before I do something. Like, you can't believe it, y'all. Look, it's some people, look, it's some people, and we're going to still talk about Thanksgiving. It's some people that don't like dressing. You know what I mean? It's some people that don't like ham. Like, I just can't believe. Like, I used to have a partner named Joe. I try to tell you, look, I told y'all about Joe. If y'all know, y'all know. I used to have a partner named Joe. What I mean, that boy did not, he was a black boy too. He was black. What I mean, that boy did not like anything. You know, like, first you would think that Joe lying. You know, but you start hanging around Joe and you start being around him. It's like, boy, this boy really don't like nothing. He didn't like ketchup. He didn't like ranch. I'm talking. Y'all, he didn't like nothing. He wasn't acting either. Like when I knew he wasn't acting, when I was around him, and he put syrup on his hot dog. When that boy put some syrup on his hot dog, look at that boy like this. He didn't like ketchup. That boy put syrup on his hot dog. Syrup.
This is a story I haven't thought about in a long time, and for good reason.
Syrup.
My friends and I used to like exploring things. Growing up in New Jersey, there were enough abandoned places within driving distance to keep us entertained for hours.
Don't get with this urban exploring stuff.
We did wasn't all that cool in hindsight. Just decaying buildings, empty warehouses, stuff like that.
Don't get all that, bro.
Every now and then, we'd stumble across something more interesting.
You know what I'm saying?
One place that had been on our radar for a while was an abandoned middle school about a 30-minute drive away. I won't say the name here for privacy reasons, but anyone familiar with North Jersey urban exploring probably knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I mean, it's privacy. I mean, dude, it's abandoned. I mean, so it's not going to matter. It's abandoned. For privacy reasons. Bro, just tell us the freaking middle school place, bro.
We'd seen photos of the place online and figured it was finally time to check it out. It was late summer, and we were getting bored of the usual activities, which mostly consisted of playing basketball in my backyard and driving around aimlessly. I can't remember who brought up the idea, but it was a pretty spontaneous thing. There were 4 of us that night. It was me, Yuri, Frank, and Freddy. Frank and I were into graffiti, so we brought a few cans of black and white spray paint. Beyond that, the rest of my bag was filled with some Roman candles I had left over from 4th of July. Our MO with these kinds of things was always the same. We'd mess around inside, get to the roof, shoot some fireworks off, then sprint down before any cops rolled up. This evening would be no different. Yuri was driving that night. He pulled onto a side street a few blocks from the school and we got out. We made our way towards the school and were pleasantly surprised to see that the fence around the perimeter had been cut. We were prepared to jump, but I was glad we wouldn't have to. The school was huge, bigger than the pictures online had led us to believe. It would have taken forever to explore the whole thing, but that was a good thing, as the 4 of us were prone to get bored very quickly. Frank led the way through the hole, followed by Yuri, then me, then Freddy. Freddy was the most fearless, so he volunteered to bring up the rear. We found a door that wasn't boarded up.
There's no such thing as fearless. You know, that's one thing that I'm gonna say. There's no such thing as fearless. You know, he just haven't, you know, encountered anything that, you know, made him, you know, like be scared for. There's no such thing as fear. I feel like every human gets scared. Every human gets nervous. I feel like it's something that you can't control. It's plenty of situations like before fights. You know what I'm saying? Like before fights, like before me beating down people, right? You know, I get nervous. And it's not like a scary thing, it's just nerves. You know what I mean? That I gotta beat somebody's head in and I possibly get hit during this fight, but it's just nerve. It's not that I'm scared, it's just I'm nervous. You know what I'm saying? It's something I can't control. But I'm gonna beat your head down with the nerves though. You feel me? But it's just like, I feel like fear, everybody has a little fear. I feel like fear can save you. I feel like it's good to be scared. All this little fearless, everybody want to be fearless nowadays. Fearless is gonna get you killed, gang. Being scared is the way to stay alive. Being scared. Because being scared makes you not do stupid. Being scared makes you think. If you trying to be fearless, you ain't gonna survive it for long, my boy. All that little fearless and all that, you ain't scared of none. Yes, you is. Yes, you is, bro. Everybody's scared of something. Everybody has a breaking point. Everybody's scared of something. Ain't nobody walking this earth that's not scared of nothing. Nah. You ain't God, bro. You ain't not. You scared of something. Something scares you. You feel me? You have an encounter with scare you. Something scares you though. You know what I'm saying? I know something scared me. You feel me? Straight up. I know I'm not fearless at all. You feel me? I'm gonna say one thing that scared me. One thing that scared me, dying. All the people talking about they ain't scared to die, bro. Yes, the freak you is. You ain't scared to die, gang. You ain't scared to die, bro. Then die then. Die then. You ain't scared to die. I know I'm scared to die. So I do things to not lead me to dying. I'm scared to die. So I move. That's what I said. The one thing about being untouchable, I told y'all this and I said this a lot. Being untouchable, you know what I'm saying? It's possible. You move like you touchable. So I know for me, I'm scared to die. I'm terrified. Seeing God face to face, I ain't trying to see that yet. You think I'm trying to see God face to face now? Me? Seeing the throne, seeing the angels, I'm good on that. I wait on that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm scared to die, so I move like I'm scared to die. I ain't finna go exploring no abandoned buildings. I'm not getting on roller coasters. I ain't doing that. I'm doing everything. I'm avoiding death as far as possible. Airplanes, good. If we can drive that, 11 hours, that's easy. Just like they did easy. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. 11 hours, cool. We could drive, you know what I'm saying? Take a little hotel, then we drive, you know what I'm saying? Drive the 6 more hours. You feel me? So I do everything to avoid. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm terrified. I'm petrified.
Inside, even with our flashlights, it was eerie.
I ain't gonna get on here and act for you. Act like I'm a fearless mother effer. Even young, fearless, man. You know, Jay Willis City ain't scared of nothing, man. You know, yeah, man. You know, fear for weaklings, man. Fear. I'm gonna tell you, fear. Be scared, fear. Telling you, bro, being scared. Remember this when I say this. Being scared will save your dang life. Being scared will save your life, bro. I'm telling you. Being scared, bro. Tell you, the scariest people is the smartest people in the world. The fearless one, don't be them dumps. Them the dumps. Talking about he fearless. You know what I mean? The fearless people in the graveyard. You know what I mean? Everybody want to be fearless now. All right? Let's see how far fearless take you.
Picture your childhood school, only dead silent. Every hallway was stripped down to exposed wires and crumbling tile. Insulation was hanging from the ceiling, and there were bits of broken furniture everywhere. The entrance we found opened into a hallway, which we happily began walking through after clicking on our flashlights. We all had really powerful flashlights, which was something we were very proud of for whatever reason. When I say powerful, I mean it. Mine was $60 and could illuminate an entire room with a beam strong enough to blind you for a few seconds if you mistakenly glanced at it. It was honestly a lot of money for a flashlight, but I thought it was worth it. The walls were coated in graffiti, some of it good, some of it awful. Frank and I paused here and there to check out a few tags, but mostly we kept moving. I'll spare you most of the details about the building itself, but it was honestly really cool. Seeing all those seats and a stage that was literally falling apart was a dope sight. We made a quick loop through the basement, which was by far the most rundown part of the school. We didn't spend much time down there, partly because of the wear, but mostly because I could tell my friends were getting creeped out. One of the rooms had a massive pentagram painted on the floor.
Creeped out?
It wasn't exactly a comforting sight.
I thought you were fearless.
Yeah, but it wasn't unusual.
What you mean creeped out?
Anyone who's done urban exploring knows these pop up everywhere. We didn't linger. The four of us eventually made our way to the second floor. One of the classrooms had a completely untouched white wall, basically a blank canvas. Frank and I grinned and started throwing paint up, while Yuri and Freddy said they were going to keep exploring and look for a way to the roof. They disappeared down one of the dark hallways while we stayed back tagging. Once we wrapped up our piece, Frank wanted to keep working on another section of the wall. I wandered out of the room to check out some of the better artwork along the nearby corridors. After about 5 minutes of
just look. You know what I mean? Like just look at this. Like look. Like it's just like this right here. It's like I don't understand the thrill of urban exploring. I don't get it, bro. I just don't understand. Like I don't like, and like I said, I was a bad kid, right? I was bad, but I just never done stuff like, I don't know. I didn't really, you know. I don't remember me exploring abandoned bit. I don't know. I guess certain people just get a thrill and certain, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
And admiring the art, I heard Frank yell out from behind me. He sounded angry and asked if I was messing with him. I told him I don't know what he was talking about, and he told me to quit the act, still angry. Before I could figure out what he meant, he said, "I know you took my bag." I swore I didn't do anything, that I had been standing in the hallway the entire time. He believed me and muttered something about how it must have been Freddy. To be fair, it was the type of thing Freddy had a tendency to do. We searched the room with our lights just to be safe, but there was nothing. The bag was gone. We couldn't do much more tagging without the bag since it had all the unused paint in it, so we just went to find the guys, who we assumed were on the roof by then. We went as far up as the stairs would take us, but unfortunately, they didn't lead to the roof. We wandered the floor aimlessly, checking various rooms for a way to the roof.
You lost?
At one point, I walked into a small side room and froze. There on the wall was another pentagram, like the one we had seen in the basement.
It's on some demonic junk, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's on some demonic junk. You know what I'm saying? You're in a place where demonic activity was being held at, man. Y'all don't know what that is. That is demonic. That is demonic. Y'all ever see that symbol? Run. Witchcraft, demonic. You know what I'm saying? So they're in a place where people practice demonic activity. You know what I mean? So if y'all ever see this sign, I repeat, if y'all ever see this sign, run.
This one was much more ominous. It was freshly painted, which I could tell because paint was still dripping down it. And in the corner of the room was Frank's bag, just sitting there.
Get the bag, get the bag, get the bag.
Frank stepped into the room behind me and immediately noticed what I was looking at. Without skipping a beat, he grabbed his bag off the floor and said in a pretty loud voice, "What the hell is wrong with him?"
What?
I didn't respond. Even as a joke, it seemed like something that crossed the line a little too much, even for Freddy. We left the room and started walking down a random hallway in silence,
hey, what's wrong with you?
To find our friends. Just then, we heard rapid footsteps thundering towards us. It was Freddy and Yuri, who motioned for us to follow them. We didn't even have time to be pissed at Freddy, we just ran. Here's a good rule to live by. If someone tells you to run, you don't stand around and ask questions. That's just plain stupid. As we ran, Yuri tried to explain what was going on, but I couldn't really understand him over all the noise. All I gathered was that we were running from someone, most likely multiple people. The four of us tried to find our way back to the exit, but it was a literal maze in there, especially given the circumstances. Eventually, we stopped to catch our breath at a corner in what felt like a completely different wing of the building. We all agreed that if we just found a random stairwell and went down, we'd eventually find a way out. It didn't sound like there was anyone chasing us, so we decided to move slowly and just be as quiet as possible. After finding a stairwell, we went down a couple floors. Once we got to what we all agreed was the ground floor, we started walking through the hallway, thinking we were in the clear. But just then, this sharp hissing noise rang out from somewhere in front of us. A steady, sharp hissing. That's the best way I can describe it. It sounded like someone trying to imitate a cat. The four of us froze, hoping that whoever was down there didn't notice us. But as we were slowly and quietly retreating back the way we had come, a deep voice said something from beyond the darkness in front of us. He said, word for word, "I should have cut you when I had the chance." We didn't wait another second, we just ran. This time I could actually hear several sets of footsteps behind us.
You know what it is? A cult. It's a cult. It's a cult. They're caught in a cult. Yeah, they're caught in a cult. You know, and that's one thing that when it comes to cults, they be doing things everywhere. You know, like basically like the sign that y'all see, they will sacrifice humans to, they do all type of weird rituals. You know what I'm saying? They're mostly in the woods. You know what I mean? That's mostly where you find cults at. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't know what cults is, it's just basically this freaking group of freaks. You know what I mean? Just get together and just be doing some weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just basically just some freaks. You know, put like that, freaks, demonic freaks. You know what I'm saying? But basically, bro, it seemed like y'all ran into a cult. You know what I'm saying? A cult, bro, and you know, you get caught by them, bro. You feel me? It's GG's. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. But y'all not fearless. Y'all not fearless though, right? You're fearless. So any fearless mother effer just gonna stay. You're gonna cut here, kid. Cut here. You must know who I am, man. You know what I mean? You must know. They call me Thump Thump. You know what I mean? That's what a fearless. You're fearless, right? So why are you running? You're fearless, right? Talk back to him. You're gonna cut here, right? Don't run. You're fearless. You know what I mean? Yeah, you ain't fearless. Yeah, you thought you were fearless. You scared, now look at him.
Word. I should have cut you when
everybody's scared. Everybody gets scared. You're fearless. Yeah, he's fearless. Yeah.
Chance. We didn't wait another second.
Yeah, what'd you do? You just ran.
This time I could actually hear several sets of footsteps behind us, which made things 10 times scarier than they had been before. They were yelling obscene things behind us. Stuff about how they were gonna kill us and how they had all the exits covered. It was the scariest moment of my life. I thought we were gonna have to run back upstairs and hide somewhere in the building, but somehow Yuri took a turn at the right moment, and up ahead we saw the original door we'd come through. We kept running even after making it outside, then through the fence and all the way back to Yuri's car. Yuri drove off, and even though we all looked back at the school, there wasn't much we could make out on account of how dark it was. We weren't sticking around though. As we were driving away, Freddy told us their side of the story. He said that after they failed to find a way to the roof, they had gone down a floor to look for us. Apparently, Freddy started hearing weird metallic clinking coming from one of the rooms, which he assumed was us. He and Yuri walked inside and saw 3 cloaked figures sitting in a circle, hunched over something on the floor. According to Freddy, it looked like they were playing some kind of game with glass marbles or stones. As soon as they noticed Freddy, they started scrambling off the floor to chase them. Yuri and Freddy ran back up to the 4th floor to try and lose the people chasing them, which is where they found us. There were so many things that didn't make sense though. The most obvious question, at least the one I had, was why would they toy with us by taking Frank's bag if they really had hostile intentions? Freddy's theory was that whoever was in there thought we'd never be able to find our way out, so they figured they'd toy with us first. Yuri thought that the room with the pentagram in it was where they were gonna kill us or sacrifice us, or some weird cult stuff.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Y'all better start listening to Jay, man. Know what the freak I be talking about, bro. I told y'all, bro, them folks will sacrifice you. Them folks will kill you for real, gang. Them folks has no soul. They have no soul, gang. Come across a cult, you dying. Come across a cult, bro, you better run. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that, bro. Them folks have no soul. And I try to tell y'all, bro, and people, you can think I'm tweaking, bro. I feel like, bro, it is literally, and I said this a million times, it is demonic spirits walking around in human form. I feel like some of these people ain't real. And I said it before and I'm going to say it again. Some of these people that's walking around these earth is not real. Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. I know you're looking at, bro, what the freak is this dude Jay talking about? Dude, is he smoking off the dopey dough? Like, what the freak? Jay, are you back on the weed? I'm sober. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, gang. You know what I'm saying? Y'all looking at me like y'all stupid. Y'all be the ones that be stupid, though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be the ones that be, you ain't woke around this mother alpha. I'm telling you, gang. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, man. It be some people, man. I'm telling you. Some people just too demonic. You just too, ain't no way you got a soul. Ain't no way you have a soul. Ain't no way. I feel like some of these folks ain't real, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man.
Like that. I was pretty convinced that they hadn't even been chasing us, that they had just gone downstairs to cut us off when we eventually found our way down there. Another thing, there must have been at least 4 people in there, since one of them had been messing with us, and Yuri and Freddy stumbled upon 3 more. It just didn't add up. I know it doesn't sound that scary when I break it down like this, but trust me, if you were there, you would have been terrified. We never went back there, but as far as I know, that building still exists.
I mean, I got Glocks and K's, you know what I'm saying? So you would have shot one shot out, I bet it would have stopped, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not even doing that, though. I'm not even no, urban explorer, you feel me? So I ain't
this
gotta worry about
happened a little over 5 years ago. I had just moved into my first home, which I currently no longer live in. At the time, I was coming off a long stretch in a cramped downtown apartment in Spokane. Convenient location, sure, but I'd grown tired of the constant traffic noise, the crowded sidewalks, and the feeling that I could hear my neighbors breathing through the walls.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I remember I used to live in this apartment in Alabama. Oh my God. Bro, like, never again I'm living in an apartment. Ever, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it a buck here with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I was like, I had these little kids, bro. You know what I mean? Upstairs, gang. Bro, I'm talking about, bro, I'm like trying to get some sleep, but these little kids bumping. Like straight up bumping, bro. I think my mama had to complain, bro, to the people running the apartment complex, bro, back then when we was in Alabama, bro. Them folks was annoying, gang. You know what I mean? Like apartments, bro, that junk, heck no, that junk dead, gang. You know what I mean? Like, bro, just, you know, you can hear everything where you can hear everything. You had them little freaking kids, man, running and stumping and all the time. Like, bro, that junk pissing me off, bro.
I wasn't a kid anymore, and I was ready for something quieter.
Oh, wow.
The place I ended up renting was a small 1-story home on the outskirts of some rural town.
Like, if I move in an apartment, gang, it's gonna have to be like, I'm about to be like at the top, bro. Like, real talk. I ain't trying to be at the bottom. I'm about to be at the top, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I ain't trying to be at the bottom, bro. Hearing people, I'm head no.
Of pine trees with a narrow gravel driveway. There's really not much else to say about it because it wasn't much to begin with. Just 2 small bedrooms, an outdated kitchen, and a cramped bathroom. But it was peaceful. The nearest neighbors were a little ways down the street. They were out of eyeshot and definitely out of earshot. Finding a job out there was the most frustrating thing, but I was eventually able to land one. Between the hours and the general exhaustion, I didn't have much of a routine. I mostly lived off takeout and kept to myself.
See what I'm saying? Yo, is this like the weirdest thing to me is when I used to work and I used to be like working with people that make the same pay as me, but yet they got a career. It's like they had everything going on. It's like they had like heck of kids making the same pay as me and just like just, I don't know, got their life together. It's like, and I used to be looking, I'm like, how the freak, you know what I'm saying? How the freak you got this? And you got like heck of kids and you making the same pay as me. It used to add up, man. You know what I mean? Y'all ever work with somebody like that, bro? Y'all making the same pay and you question like, why the freak am I not like, is it me? You don't have bills for real, right? You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no type of bills. You good. They got way more responsibility than you. And they living better than you with the kids and with the, I'm like, we make the same thing. You feel me? We make the same thing. What's the name? Credit. Yeah, credit important. Don't ain't gonna lie. Like, that's another thing. Why they don't teach us credit in school, gang? You know, my credit score. I'm gonna tell you my credit score right now. You know what I mean? I'm one thing about me, bro. I am a disciplined. Like, I'm disciplined. Cause I ain't gonna lie to you. So once I learned how important credit is, bro. Freaking, bro, you know, this computer I'm streaming off of, bro, I got a credit card, gang. Paying on it every month. You know what I'm saying? My junk is 70, 79. My junk just went up today. What the freak? I'm almost close to 780. That's my credit score, bro. A 779. You feel me? At the age of 23. You feel me? So I ain't gonna lie. Once I see how important credit is, I start working on that credit. I ain't gonna count. Went straight to Best Buy, bro. Bought this off a credit card, man. Paying every month. You know what I mean? Straight up. Feel me? But bro, bro, my sister looked at my credit score. She was like, bro, what the freak? I didn't even know how important that joke was. I just showed her, like, yo, look, I got a little 779. What the freak? I was like, what's going on, gang? You saying what the freak for, gang? I didn't even know why my credit score looked. Now, 77, I'm balling right now. You feel me? But I was like, dang, bro, like, y'all don't teach us credit in school? Not once did I hear about credit in school. Not once. You feel me? Econ, whatever. I'm like, bro, what the freak, bro? Like, school don't teach us life. Like, I promise you, I could have dropped out of 8th grade, bro, and I would have been good in life. I'm telling you. I know how to add, I know how to subtract, I know how to multiply, I know how to read, I know how to divide, I know how to do all that by 8th grade. What high school? High school ain't teach me a dang thing, bro. 9th through 12th grade, I cheated. I told y'all, I don't know what an atom is. Can somebody tell me what an atom is? You know what I mean? Somebody tell me what the freak is an atom. I still don't know what an atom is, bro. I am running off freaking, 7th grade education. School does not teach you about life, bro. That is a sad reality when it comes to school. School does not teach you. School teaches you how to become a worker. It don't teach you how to be, well, it don't teach you about life, bro. I'm trying to tell you, it don't teach you about, we ain't learn about taxes, man, we ain't learn about credit, man, ain't learn about none of that junk. Graduated, bro, high school at 17. I didn't know what the freak was going on. You know what the freak, what tax, what credit, what? W-2 form, what the freak is this? I'm confused as heck getting out of high school.
I didn't have much of a routine.
Like, bro, what the
I
freak?
mostly lived off.
And if they would have taught credit and they would have taught taxes and whatnot, bro, I would have remembered, bro. Nah, I mean, them folks weren't teaching that junk. They was just teaching a whole bunch of BS and all that. What is X plus A plus B equals? Oh, bro, that's what I was learning. What's X plus B divided by C? X plus B divided by C equals, what the fuck is this? What am I looking at, gang? X2 plus C3 plus D 14. That's what I was learning in econ.
Out and kept to myself.
You know I
No
failed.
social life to speak of, which I didn't mind.
Ingenuity, here I
The
come.
night happened in late October.
Bringley,
I had just
Quizlet.
gotten home from work.
Did you miss me?
9:45 or so. It had been a long day. One of those mentally draining kinds of shifts where all you want is food and a quiet place to sit. I kicked off my boots, changed my clothes, and ordered Chinese from a spot I'd used a few times before.
I'm in the middle of
There weren't
nowhere.
any delivery apps that serviced that area, so your options for food were pretty limited and depended purely on which places were willing to drive out to you. It was sometime just after 10 when the doorbell rang. I remember thinking, damn, that was fast. I walked to the front door and looked through the peephole. There was a guy standing there wearing a hoodie and jeans with his hands in his pockets, but he didn't have any food with him. No bag, no receipt, nothing that even remotely screamed delivery driver. I should have caught on to what was happening sooner, but my brain was operating on low power and I just wasn't thinking straight.
So you open the door?
Against my better judgment, I cracked the door slightly open, keeping the chain on. I asked him if he was here with the food. He paused for a couple seconds, then nodded, saying something about wanting to double-check the order first before grabbing it from his car. That's when I came to my senses. I told him flat out that if he didn't bring the food to the door, I was going to call the police. Instead of responding, he muttered something under his breath before turning and walking down the driveway. I watched him until he disappeared into the darkness, the whole time thinking about whether or not I should say something. I decided against it, which I still think was the smart thing to do. Either way though, my gut was churning at that point. I shut the door and locked it, then grabbed my phone and called the restaurant. The manager picked up, and after I explained what happened, he told me the food hadn't even left yet. That was the moment it really clicked. Whoever had just been at my front door was some stranger with the intention of robbing the place or doing something even worse. God knows what. I called the non-emergency police line and
It's no
reported what
point,
happened.
bro.
The dispatcher...
Like, it's no point of calling them. He's going, gang. He's not gonna be there. They're gonna say we can't do nothing because he's not gonna be there. He's not there. They can't do nothing, bro. There's no point of calling the police, bro. There's no point, literally.
Advised me to stay alert and said they'd noted for patrol. It wasn't urgent enough for a response, but it was enough to get logged, which I figured was fair since nothing actually happened, and in all likelihood, the guy had probably just left. 20 minutes later, the actual delivery guy pulled up. I took the food and paid him, and that was that. Around 11:30, I was in the living room watching TV with the lights off when I heard a noise. A faint scraping sound coming from the back of the house.
He opened up the window.
I muted the TV and froze, trying to be as quiet as possible. After a few agonizing seconds of silence, I heard the scraping sound again. It was coming from the back door. I was absolutely sure of it. I stared dead straight at the back of the door, and to my horror, the doorknob slightly jiggled a few times. Someone was testing it. Without another thought, I quietly called 911 and told them what was happening.
That's all that call 911 jump, man. Like, you see where you stay at, gang? Get all that calling 911 jump. Bury him right where he stay. Lay him out right where he stay, man. People like that, bro. You gotta kill people like that, bro. Why you even trying me? That right there make me angry, bro, that you even think that you can come up in here. That right there makes me angry off the rip. Dang, bro, you really think you seen me at the crib? Now you rob my place without me being, all right, that's a different story. But dang, bro, you see me at the crib. And you still trying to rob me? But I ain't gonna lie, I get offended by certain stuff, but I won't even be scared of that moment. I'm offended at it. Now I gotta murk you, cuz. Like, you came up here, you came to my door, and you look me face to face. You see me at the crib. And yet, bro, you still at my back door, bro, trying to come in. So they're just telling me, bro, you think I'm sweet, bro. You think I ain't on nothing. So you know what I'm finna do, gang? I'm finna murk, bro, right where you stay. You gotta die now on my mother. You gotta die. And bro, look where you stay, bro. You stay at a man. I ain't calling no, I ain't calling 5-0. I ain't calling nobody. I'm murk, bro, right where you stay. I'm telling you right there. You feel me? Hoping you get in the crib. Yeah, for real, cause you trying me now, gang. You trying me, bro. It's to the point, bro. You trying me now, bro. You feel me? You thinking I'm sweet, bro. You think I ain't gonna murder you out here, gang? You don't think I'll bury you out here? You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine that, bro. Imagine somebody coming to your crib, right? Like, on some weird junk, come in your crib. He seeing you face to face. He knowing you at the crib. Then come back 20 minutes later and try to break in your crib again. Why you home? Bro, trying you, gang. You gotta murder this nigga that got it. You gotta die. Cause you just look, you think I'm sweet. You know what I'm saying? You think I'm sweet, gang. He think I'm an actor. He think I ain't on nothing. Gotta murder you, gang. I gotta bury you out here.
I grabbed a kitchen knife and locked myself in my room.
Nigga, kitchen knife. That's the devil. Like, somebody. You feel me? It's a devil, but the devil gonna die tonight. Feel it? Devil gonna die tonight. Word up. You feel me? And people, Jay, you're a Christian. You're not supposed to kill. Oh my God, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here. I had to tell one of my Christian friends, I had to tell her that. You know what I'm saying? All that, you know, I told y'all she had a freaking gun. She got a freaking gun with no bullets in her. I'm like, girl, why you got a freaking gun with no bullets? Just to scare people. Like, girl, you don't put some bullets in this thing gun. You know, the freak. You know what I'm saying? Freak all that, gay. Like I told you, God is not only the God of love, he's the God of wrath. Do y'all know we're only alive because of Jesus Christ? Do y'all not get that through y'all head? Do y'all not understand without Jesus Christ, we will get destroyed? God will destroy us. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of kings in the Bible has killed. You feel me? So God gonna understand that I gotta kill. You know what I mean? I'm gonna kill.
Still trying to be as quiet as possible.
You know,
after a good 15 minutes, an officer finally announced himself at my front door, and I rushed to let him in. The police did a search of my property and the surrounding area. No one was in sight. Despite that, one of them pointed out something near the back door. Fresh pry marks. It looked like someone had tried to wedge something under the lock, probably a flathead or a pocket tool. I gave them my statement and connected it to what had happened earlier. They said patrols would be increased temporarily, but other than that, there was nothing they could do. As much as that answer dissatisfied me, I had no choice but to accept it and move on. I'd be lying if I said I slept soundly after that, but the next few nights passed without incident. I told myself there was no way that guy would return after getting the police called on him twice, and he didn't. But a few nights later, I woke up sometime after midnight to sirens. Police sirens. They weren't too close, but they were loud enough to rattle me awake. I got up and went to the window just in time to see 3 cruisers fly past my house with their sirens blaring. I was glad that it had nothing to do with me, but I was still curious nonetheless. I figured it was probably some unrelated domestic thing. I just went back to bed. But not 20 minutes after I had fallen back asleep, I was woken up again. This time to knocking at my front door. I groggily got out of bed, walked over to the door, and checked the peephole. There were 2 uniformed officers standing on the porch. When I opened up, one of them asked if I recognized someone they just detained a few streets over. He held up his phone and showed me a photo. It was him. It was that guy from a few nights earlier, the one who had tried to break into my house. I emphatically confirmed it with audible shock in my voice. Apparently, he'd just been caught trying to break into someone else's house nearby. They had him in custody and figured there was a chance there was a tie to the call I had made earlier in the week. The officers told me I wouldn't have to worry about him anymore, and I thanked them. That was the last I ever heard about it. They never followed up with me, and I never inquired. I was just happy to move on with my life and basically forget about the whole thing. I actually ended up moving out of that house shortly after that, mostly because I was going crazy living in isolation.
Yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, for y'all dudes that's trying to freaking rob people, bro, just go work, bro. You feel me? Like, robbing ain't the best way, bro. You know, and all that, getting money and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I'm robbing just to get money, bro. You better get money something else, bro. Cause you come across somebody like me, bro, you gonna die, gang. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, bro. Don't try to rob. Robbing dangerous, bro, cause you don't know who you going up to rob, bro. You feel me? Like, all that little robbing, you trying to steal people stuff and all that, bro. People work hard for their things out here, bro. How you even feel comfortable doing that? They work hard for their things out here, bro. And I know I work hard for my things, bro. So if you think you gonna have to kill me, gang, I'm somebody you gonna have to kill. You feel me? So you got that gun, you better use it. I'm gonna use it 10 times out of 10. Telling you. So anybody see this face? See this face, gang? You see me out in public thinking about robbers? You see this face? You better walk the other way, G. You better know I got some hollows. I'm just being real with you, gang. You feel me? All that robbing junk, that junk stupid as heck, bro. I don't like that junk, bro. You know what I'm saying? That junk ain't real to me. That junk ain't no savage. That junk weak to me, bro. Robbing people, bro. Trying to take people's stuff, bro. I don't feel sorry about a dude getting killed for trying to rob. Yeah, what it is. Shouldn't try to rob the folk. I mean, work for your own stuff, bro. It's easier with that, bro. Work for your own stuff, bro. Go get a job just like everybody else, bro. Work for their stuff, bro. They ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? Life getting hard out here for a pimp, bro. Then they really trying to give up their stuff that they work for, bro. To you, well, please. But you got some people out here willing to die about what they got, but for real. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it. Now, if I'm outnumbered, then you got it. You feel me? You feel me? If I'm outnumbered, you got me, gang. You feel me? I'm gonna keep it real. I don't know, gang. I got a lot of clips, man. I got shots, man. I got some shots in this mother. You know what I'm saying? I got some shots in this mother. I ain't gonna lie to you, gang. It's just, bro, it's like for me, bro, it's like I got pipe. So it's like, ain't no way I'm gonna let a dude rob me and I got pipe on me. You feel me? It don't matter if it's 5 for you. I got pipe on me, though. You feel me? I see if I ain't had no pipe, y'all, right? You feel me? I see if I ain't had no pipe, then I'd be on some like, heck, yeah, bro, you got me, bro, you got me. But like, folks, I got pipe on me, though. I look like letting some dude rob me and I can let some shots off right now. I can take somebody's life right now. Even though I'll probably get my life, but I can take somebody's life right now. It just don't make sense to me. So yeah, F all that. F all that, me out being outnumbered and robbed. Nah, I got shots. I got some shots. So I can't do it, gang. I can't do it. I can't let a person rob me and I got shots on me, gang. I can't do that.
Happened just a few weeks ago.
I only feel right with myself. Like, dang, Jay, how you let somebody? I understand, bro. You getting robbed with no pipe. Dang, Jay, you got pipe on you, bro. You let them folk rob you, gang. I can't feel.
I haven't been able to stop thinking about it.
I can't live myself like that.
My name's Catherine.
I gotta let some shots off.
24-year-old law student, about to start my second year. For anyone unfamiliar, first year is a nightmare. I don't think I slept more than 4 hours a night from September to May.
Lee, girl, what you say you do?
My name's Catherine, and I'm a 24-year-old law student about to start my second year at NYU.
See, that's when you're supposed to go to college. See what I'm saying, y'all? This is when you go to college. When you're trying to be like a law student, a lawyer and stuff. That's what I be saying. People don't be understanding. Like, that's like what college is made for. Doctors, nurses, lawyers, people of that, bro. FBI, you trying to be an FBI. People of that, bro. Most of y'all, bro, be getting degrees, and you're not even using your degree. It's like, what, you just getting it for the looks? Why are we getting degrees? I'm just trying to speak against this, bro, really. Why are we, not we, why are you getting in debt over a degree you're not even using? Now you just paying on the debt for dang the rest of your life, and you not even using the degree that you got in debt for. You know how many people out here like that, bro? Go to college, bro, just for the thrill, for the fun. I'm going to say it again. If you ain't got an academic scholarship, if you ain't got a sports scholarship, you ain't got to have none of them too. If you don't know what you going, if you don't know what you going for, you feel me? Do not go to college, bro. At the college experience. You're going to be getting college experience with some debt. You know what I'm saying? With all that thousands of dollars you got to owe, bro. Now, she's going as a law student. When she leaves college, bro, she automatically, going to have a job like that, bro. Bro, what the freak? Like a doctor. Freak, you get a doctorate degree. Like, what the, bro, it's easy, bro. Easy transition, but, bro, I worked with this dude at the warehouse, bro. He had multiple degrees, bro. Working at the warehouse, making $17 an hour, what I was making. You feel me? Like, bro, you got these degrees, bro. You in here?
For anyone unfamiliar, first year is a nightmare. I don't think I slept more than 4 hours a night.
Y'all be having degrees, don't even be using them. Freak, you getting a degree for if you ain't gonna use it.
Rolled around. I promised myself I'd enjoy it while I could. That meant going out a lot, especially on weekends. I was staying back home for the summer for a couple of reasons. It was easier on rent for one, and all my hometown friends were around as well. Plus, it gave me a nice sense of familiarity in return that you can only get from being at home. Most Saturdays, we ended up at the same handful of bars a couple towns over. There's one in particular that's always packed, and that's where I was with my friend Jackie the night everything went down. This is gonna sound bad, but I have this habit of pretending to be kind of ditzy when I meet guys at bars. Nothing too over the top, just enough to let them assume things, and assume things they do. I'm not sure if this has always been a dynamic surrounding nightlife, but the guys at bars, at least the ones I interact with, seem to assume every girl they talk to is brain dead. I'm not a genius or anything, but I'm definitely not brain dead. And yet, somehow, pretending to be dumb is kind of fun. I can't even really explain why I do it, I just think it's funny seeing how guys react. And I'll admit, there's something satisfying about flipping the script once I get bored of playing dumb. Jackie and I had just gotten our drinks and we were—
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, some like a lot of girls be dumb. Like really, like that's one thing that I'm not saying that you like this. I ain't saying you like this, but the dumbest thing, the worst thing that y'all can do. Now I feel like the worst thing that a woman can do is thinking that I don't know, man. A lot of y'all women be thinking y'all smart, but in reality, y'all really dumb, gang. It's like we be hip to everything, bro. We just let y'all think what y'all think, bro. I hate when women think they players. That junk be so. I'm like, bro, like women just. You got some women out here that can, but for most of y'all, bro, it's like most of y'all not no player. Most of y'all not slick like you think you is, gang. Y'all be so obvious. You feel me? It be y'all like a woman is so obvious, gang. It's like you can't even like portray the beast. It's like you just a woman just gonna show you herself. Like women be thinking they so slick and so smooth. No, you ain't, gang. Real, like every woman I talk to has been easy to read, gang. No cap. Y'all are easy to read, bro. I feel like we way harder to read, bro. You feel me? No cap. You feel me? We way harder to read. But y'all easy as freak to read, gang. I'm gonna keep it beat. Like I ain't met a woman yet, bro, that's just like it's like slick and the player type. I don't know. It's just like I figured out every woman, bro. I figured out every one of them. Every woman I talk to, bro, I figured them out. Just easy, bro. Just easy to read, gang. Okay.
Scanning the crowd when these two guys.
That's why they playing you like you're dumb, cause it's just like they used to come across dumb female. Okay? I ain't saying dumb, but you know, you feel me? Like you feel me? Basically, females who be thinking they own the game, but really ain't on it. Like you know, you ain't met female like that, bro. They thinking they a player, thinking they slick, but reality they really ain't. You just be laughing in your head, like look at her. She really thinks she slick. Shout really thinks she slick. Shout really think she player. You know what I'm saying? I'm on all that. You feel me?
It's a conversation with us. We later learned their names were Sebastian and Luke. They seemed pretty normal. Not immediately creepy, decent looking, confident, no readily apparent red flags either, which was always a good sign. Jackie seemed to click with Luke almost instantly, so I figured I'd stick it out and talk to Sebastian. He wasn't bad, kind of charming actually. We actually talked to them for a really long time, which was kind of shocking to me considering the vast majority of these bar encounters don't last more than 5 minutes.
You say you gotta travel the world to find a good... No, you don't. You do not have to travel the world to find a good woman, bro. Bro, a lot of y'all, bro, where y'all be from, bro, you ain't seen your whole... Bro, I'm from Alabama, and I ain't see every Alabama girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of you, like, bro, most of y'all never talked to over 5 women in your life, okay? Why over 5 women? You talking about the women 5? You know that's like 0.0, like 0.3, excuse me, 0.3 of the population. Talking about travel, gang, you don't even know half of the women where you at. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in Georgia right now, bro. I don't know half of the women. Bro, you got Fairburn, you got Marietta, bro, you got Peachtree City, you got Atlanta, you got freaking, man, you got all these freaking cities in Georgia. And I'm talking about I gotta travel, gang. I ain't seen all the girls in Georgia. I ain't seen half of, like, what the, you know what I'm saying? But y'all be, what a lot of men and women be doing, you go off your experiences. Off the dudes that you been with. Off the girls that you been with. Y'all try to make it seem like it's everybody. You know what I'm saying? Bro, you talk to like, what, 5 females, bro? How many dudes you talk to, girl? 6, 7? Bro, you know it's 1 billion females and men out. Like, come on, gang. You can't be that small-minded, bro.
Jackie's not exactly what you'd consider a nice girl. So the fact that she wasn't closing herself off to conversation was saying something. At one point, she grabbed my arm and whispered that she needed the bathroom. As we were leaving, Sebastian asked if we wanted anything to drink. I told him we'd both have a rum and coke, which I opted for because it's a pretty standard drink that even a college bar bartender would have trouble screwing up. In the bathroom, Jackie admitted she was thinking of going home with Luke, preferably sooner rather than later.
You finna go home with a dude that's... And Jackie, you fast. You know, that right there tell me all I gotta know about you, Jackie. You're talking about going home with a dude you just met, bro. I don't understand. So now good conversation and a good looking face, that's all a dude gotta do to take you home with him? Dang. You know what I mean? Sure, gang. That's all I gotta do. Give good convo and be good looking. You coming home with it? Dang, gang. That right there already tell me off the rip how Jackie is.
I was pretty shocked by the news, to be completely honest with you. I'm usually the one to make the poor, spontaneous decisions, not her. I questioned why she was acting in such an uncharacteristic way, and she tried convincing me that Luke, quote, could be the one, which was obviously laughable.
Just met this.
I wasn't gonna tell her that.
You just met.
Instead, I just shrugged. I wasn't particularly invested either way, but I figured if she was into it, I'd be a good friend to
just met Luke.
As we were returning from the bathroom,
one night,
I spotted the guys across the bar. They didn't seem to notice us. Interestingly, they weren't laughing or talking in the fun, relaxed way they had been before we left. Instead, they were just kind of standing there with blank faces. The closer I looked, the more it seemed like they were actually whispering, which was even stranger.
Not you let them fix your drinks and you not even there. Shh. You let them fix your drinks and you not even there to watch them fix your drink. The freak is you.
For whatever reason, that little change in behavior gave me a really unsettling feeling that I couldn't shake. As soon as we got within a few feet of them, the energy shifted again. It was subtle, but I noticed. They both snapped right back into the casual bar vibe they had been sporting just a few minutes ago. Luke nudged 2 drinks toward us without saying much. I looked down. There were 4 drinks total, 2 rum and cokes and 2 something elses. I couldn't really tell what the other drinks were, but based on the bright yellow color and the slushy looking liquid, one thing was for sure. They definitely didn't look like something most guys would order. I decided to take advantage of that. With as innocent a smile as I could muster, I pointed at the peculiar looking drinks and asked the guys what they were. Sebastian said they were pina coladas, which was beyond random. I tilted my head and gave him a teasing look, trying not to make it too obvious that I thought something was up. In a playful voice, I said, "You know, I think these drinks might be too girly for you guys. I would hate for anyone to catch you sipping them." Before waiting for a response, I reached out and slid our rum and cokes across the table, replacing them with the frozen drinks. Then I raised my glass and took a long, slow sip before giving Sebastian a little wink. Jackie caught on and grabbed the drink I pushed in front of her. She looked at me for a second, clearly confused, but she went with it. Sebastian stared at me for a long second with his eyes narrowed, like he was sizing me up. Then he just laughed and said, "Touché." He started sipping the rum and coke, and admittedly, that put me at ease. Luke followed suit. We finished the drinks without incident. At that point, Jackie was being pretty obvious that she wouldn't mind leaving soon. Luke eventually took the hint, suggesting that we all go back to his place for a nightcap. That's when I started feeling like everything was normal again. I didn't think it was likely that the guys would have invited us over if they suspected we knew something was up.
You smart, man. You smart. You know what I'm saying? I like how you did that right there. Pretty smart, huh? Pretty smart. I can't see it. Pretty smart.
We Ubered back to his apartment, which wasn't anything fancy. Just a modest second-floor unit in a small complex nearby.
Ubering?
Inside.
So if someone was to go down, you can't even drive back? Ubering, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs to have a car, okay? That's the first thing I'm gonna say. Everybody needs to have a freaking car. Car is mandatory. Why are we Ubering? You know what I'm saying? Why? Feel me? Someone's to go down, you know, you can't even leave a spot, you gotta run, you know, you can't even get in the car and drop. Why are we Ubering, man? He needs to get a car. That needs to be on the bucket list, man.
It was cleaner than I expected, but weirdly minimal. Like there wasn't much furniture or decoration anywhere, almost like he had just moved in. Luke had some White Claws in his fridge, so we kept the energy going by drinking those and playing some music on his TV. At first, everything seemed normal. There was no sign that anything was off whatsoever. In fact, it kind of seemed like the guys were starting to sober up. But that didn't last long. We couldn't have been there more than 20 minutes when things got strange again. The guys seemed to be getting progressively drunker really fast. They started slurring their words and laughing to themselves. And then, just like that, the two of them fell asleep on the couch within minutes of each other. It was a pretty horrifying sight. My initial suspicion that they had messed with our drinks was proven right in front of our very eyes. Jackie was oblivious to what was going on, but I don't blame her. She was significantly drunker than I was. She rushed over to Luke and tried to slap him awake, but I pulled her back and told her to calm down. I asked her if she remembered me switching the drinks, then told her I thought it was because they might have done something to them, and it turned out I had been right. She looked at me with this shocked expression and then just said, "Oh my God," over and over and over again. The two of us just sat there for a few minutes, trying to calm each other down and figure out what to do next.
Leave!
I wanted to just leave right then and there, get as far away from those guys as possible, but Jackie was determined to find some kind of incriminating evidence. We looked around a bit, but it's not like we're crime detectives. Plus, what exactly were we supposed to do? We weren't going to flip the place upside down looking for something we didn't even know was there. I told Jackie this, and after a little persisting, I finally got her to leave it alone. We left not long after that. I think we were both still in shock. We never went to the police, not that night or the next morning, and at this point, we probably never will. I know that might sound irresponsible or even stupid, but we don't have any real evidence that they did anything sinister or illegal. There's also the possibility that they really had just gotten super drunk super fast, but I think it's unlikely, and so does Jackie. Either way, I don't think I've ever been closer to real danger. Why anyone would drug girls who are already willing to go home with them is a complete mystery to me. That makes me think they were planning something even worse, as if the situation wasn't already the kind that never has a happy ending. Also, and this is the part that confuses me and makes me doubt myself the most, why the hell would they agree to let us go home with them if they knew they were hours away from passing out? I guess it's possible that they thought the drugs wouldn't affect them because of their bigger size, but I don't know, that might just be stupid. Also, why even bother taking the risk? I really can't begin to explain any of it. This is going to be something I think about regularly for a while. I know it's my own stupidity for letting someone else control my drink, but it's just crazy to think about what some people will do to get what they want.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad you were smart. Jackie! Like you're the dumb friend. You know what I mean? But that is the end of the stream, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, every single day, your boy Jay, you know what I mean, is live. I got a question too for everybody, man. Before y'all leave the stream, I got a question, bro. Can somebody tell me, you know, hopefully she not watching the free, like what does data man mean? Like, this girl text me, right? The girl said, "Oh, and I miss you, data man." I know I'm not on no social media junk. You know what I mean? I'm not on it, but what the freak is data man? Do anybody know what the freak this mean, gang? You know what I mean? Basically, dad dry. What the freak, gang? You know what I mean? I need somebody to tell me what the freak is. You know what I mean? Like what the freak is she calling me data man for? What the freak is that? You know, I need somebody to tell me what the freak is this. You know, she saying she missed me, data man. You never called me no data man a day in the life, gang. What the freak is you calling me data man? What is this, gang? You know what I mean? That junk threw me the freak off. You know, like, what the freak, bro? You know, but anyways, man, you know, I guess people don't know what the freak that means, but yeah, man, I was looking like this. What the freak is a data man? I'm gonna just shrug it off. You know what I mean? But it's your boy Jay, man. Take it easy. It's that new generation. You feel me? She 22 though, gang. She part of my generation. You know, should I ask her what it mean? I think I kind of shrugged the junk off. Hey, man, just make sure to hit the subscribe button, tell them to like a video, man. Your boy Jay out, man.